Okay, so I will quickly introduce it to what I have here. I have two bakers, okay, and on this baker I have oil, and this oil is sunflower oil. This is actually organic sunflower oil, okay. This is organic sunflower oil. And on the second baker I have distilled water. You can use sterilized water, you can use distilled water, okay. Hi guys, this is your girl Unique Skin. Welcome back to your channel, my channel, our channel. Thank you for tuning in to watch my video today. Today we are gonna have a blast because we'll be showing you how to dissolve your kojic acid powder and your kojic dip. Okay, and we'll also be talking about the difference between the kojic acid powder and the kojic dip, so that you can actually choose the one that is actually best for you when you want to add either of the powders to your lotion. Please guys, you need to watch this to the end, because you will learn, you know, proper way to dissolve your kojic acid powder and your kojic dip. Please guys, if this is your first time of tuning in, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe to my channel, our channel, okay, so that you can, you know, watch, you know, more videos like this. And please do share my video if this has been very informative to you. Share my video, leave your comments if you have any question. Please guys, please, I'm begging, please follow me on YouTube at Unique Skin, you know, please guys. Okay, so we'll go ahead and talk about what kojic acid is. What is kojic acid? Kojic acid powder is a skin lightening active. It can also be a skin whitening active depending on how it's been used, okay. It is meant to brighten your skin. It is meant to target, you know, the hyperpigmentation, the dark knuckles, dark, you know, spots on your skin, okay. It also can be used for age spots, okay, for on the skin. So basically kojic acid powder is meant for skin brightening, skin lightening, okay, depending on how it's being applied in the, you know, in your cosmetics. And you have the other one, which is kojic dip. Kojic dip is basically the same thing. It is derived from kojic acid. It is also meant for skin lightening. It is meant to target, you know, dark knuckles, dark spots, okay, on the skin. So both powders, both actives are meant for hyperpigmentation. They are meant to lighten up all those, you know, dark areas on the skin. So basically that's what it does. That's what it does. So we'll go ahead and another thing about kojic, you know, kojic dip. Kojic dip palmitate is also an active that is considered to be more superior than kojic acid. It's actually considered to be more superior than kojic acid. Maybe that's why a lot of people are more comfortable to use kojic dip palmitate. Okay, so that's another thing. Another thing about kojic dip. So we'll go ahead and talk about the difference between kojic acid powder and kojic dip. Now, the first thing that differentiates both of them is that when you are using kojic acid powder, you tend to see that it's not really stable in cosmetics. It's not too stable. It oxidizes so easily. But for kojic palmitate, it's more stable. It hardly oxidizes. Okay, it hardly oxidizes. It's more stable. And another difference between kojic acid and kojic dip is the pH of kojic acid is between 3 to 7, while the pH of kojic dip is between 3 to 10. Now, let me explain this. When you are formulating or you are adding these powders to any of your skincare, products, maybe you want to add, let's take it one after the other. Let's use kojic acid powder, for example. You want to add kojic acid powder to your lotion. Now, depending on the lotion, you must be careful the kind of lotion you are adding this kojic acid to. It must have ingredients that is compatible with kojic acid. Okay, because you don't want to, you want to maintain, you want it to stay longer before it oxidizes. And there's some other things you need to add, like vitamin E. Vitamin E can also help it to sustain the stability, okay, when you are adding this kojic acid to your lotion. So after adding the kojic acid to your lotion, you must test the pH of the total, the complete product. Okay, you must make sure that the pH of the complete product is between 3 to 7. Okay, 3 to 7. If you fall within the 3 to 7, you are good to go. Okay, so basically, like, it's more, it will give you more stability when it falls within the 3 to 7 pH for kojic acid, and it will do the job. If it goes below, let's say you after your addiction of the kojic acid, and you did your pH and you found out that your pH was like 2.5, or your pH was like 7.5. If your pH, your final production pH is 2.5, then you will need to increase the pH. Okay, you have to increase your pH. But if your pH is above 7, let's say your pH is 7.5, then you will need to reduce your pH to fall into the normal pH range, which is 3 to 7. That is for kojic acid. Now for kojic dip, the pH is within 3 to 10. Okay, so that means you can have any formulation that ranges between 3 to 10, which is very good. Okay, so that is one of the difference between both of them. Now another difference is that for kojic dip is usually a very good active for acne, especially when you pair it with like Abutine. It really works very well. It's very good active for acne. So for you, if you are having issues with acne, you can add the kojic dip to your face lotion, okay, and it's very good. It's very good. While for kojic acid is best added to soaps. Okay, it's very good for soap, and it also is very good for spot fading. Basically, for spot fading, you can use your kojic acid. But for anything for acne, kojic dip is very good, especially like I said, when you pair them with when you pair it with kojic. When you pair the kojic dip with Abutine, it's very good. Now another thing is For Kojic dip is more light and heat stable, okay, than Kojic acid. Kojic dip is very stable with heat, while Kojic acid is not too stable with heat. Even though you still have to use double boiler, you know, to dissolve the Kojic acid, but you have to be careful with the heat. It's not too stable with heat, okay, so you have to regulate the heat. So that's another difference between both of them. And another difference is Kojic dip is oil soluble, while Kojic acid is water soluble. That means you can dissolve Kojic dip in oil, and you can dissolve Kojic acid in water. Okay, so those two are different. So another difference between both of them is, you know, with Kojic dip can recrystallize. Yeah, it can turn back to whole again, depending on how you dissolve the powder. It can recrystallize, but that does not mean that it will not work in any product that you added. But just know that Kojic dip can easily recrystallize back, while for Kojic acid, it hardly recrystallize. Okay, it hardly recrystallizes for Kojic acid, but for Kojic dip, it can recrystallize back. Okay, so and another difference between Kojic acid and Kojic dip is, for Kojic dip, it is more, like I said, it's more stable, and it hardly irritates the skin. You hardly find, you know, Kojic dip irritating the skin, while for Kojic acid, it's easy to irritate your skin, depending on how many percentage which is added, you know, to your skincare. And also, especially for sensitive skin people, they tend to have this irritation from Kojic acid, while for Kojic dip has less or no irritation. Okay guys, so the basic thing is, generally when using Kojic acid or Kojic dip, you know, in any formulation, or you want to add them to your lotion or your cream or your toner, whichever one you want to add this, make sure you use, you know, make sure you use sunscreen, and you stay away from sunlight. Okay, stay away from the sun, and make sure to use sunscreen, because if you do not use sunscreen, you probably might have a reverse effect of these actives. Okay, so that's why it's important to make sure to use sunscreen. Okay, so you want to limit the level of sun exposure, okay, when using Kojic acid and Kojic dip. Like I said, it's good you use your sunscreen when going out, so that you can, you know, avoid any sunburn. Okay, because to have sunburn, you know, with Kojic acid and Kojic dip is very, you know, very easy, very easy. That's why you need to either limit your sun exposure or just use your sunscreen anytime you are going out. So we will dive in. I will be showing you how to dissolve your Kojic acid powder and how to dissolve your Kojic dip palmitate. Okay, so guys, let's go. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the formulation table. Okay, so I will quickly introduce you to what I have here. I have two bakers, okay, and on this baker I have oil, and this oil is sunflower oil. This is actually organic sunflower oil. Okay, this is organic sunflower oil. And on the second baker I have distilled water. You can use sterilized water, you can use distilled water. Okay, and if you want more benefit, assuming you want to add the kojic acid to your lotion and you want extra benefit, you can also use rose hip water, cucumber water, you know, any hydrosol is very good. It's very good. That will add extra benefit to your skin. All right, so I also have my thermometer here because I would like to control the temperature of the double boiler that I'm working with, because I don't want it to, you know, overheat. All right, so the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to start with Kojic. Okay, we're going to start. Let's start with Kojic Deep. All right, this is the sunflower oil. I will be putting in some Kojic Deep in here. I will be using 1 gram. I will be using 2 grams. 2 grams of Kojic the palmitate, and make sure whatever instruments you want to use, make sure you sterilize every one of them. Okay, before I dip this into it, I like to see my temperature first. Okay, at this time this is 200, so I'll just reduce it a bit. Now put it inside. All you need to do is just turn, just continuous turning. Continuous turning. Okay, I'll bring up the stove up again, and I'm sure you guys will see how easy it is to dissolve. Okay, as you can see, you know, you still have some crystal in the oil. I'll bring it out, check the temperature. Good. The temperature is 130. So we are good. I'll just turn on its own, because you don't want it to overheat. Okay, so that you don't lose the properties. You need the properties to still remain intact before you add it to your lotion. That's why you don't need it to overheat. So at this point, I put it back in the double boiler and just continue turning. Okay, I have to show you the after effect of this so that you see how easy it is. As long as you know the temperature, make sure to maintain a good temperature. See how I have my thermometer in the pot, so that will help me to, you know, keep an eye constantly to the temperature. Okay guys, so as you can see at the bottom, you see that it's like clear, and if you have to look at this, you see that the powders is actually dissolved. So that's basically, and you can just, you know, add this straight into your lotion or your cream, and this will really work for you. I have to put the thermometer inside so that I can control, you know, the temperature that I have. So we put this aside. We come to the kojic acid. I'll do the same thing. I'll give I'm gonna do 2 grams of the kojic acid. So guys, you see how it is before we dissolve. Okay, so I'm gonna dip it in the water and I'm gonna work my way. I'm keeping my eye to the temperature because, like I said, you don't want it to overheat. Okay, you see, at this point I have to lift my cup, my beaker, and it's so easy to dissolve kojic acid. And like I said, you have to be very careful because it is heat sensitive. Okay, so I'm gonna try. Good. I hope, let me show you guys. I'd like you to see this. You see the temperature? That is just 110, which is very good. Which is very good, and you don't want it, you know, you don't want it to stay too long. And as you can see, it's all dissolved and clear. Clear water, clear. And you can easily add this to your lotion or your cream, and you will get good benefit as long as you don't let it, you know, you don't let it get heated up, because once you get it heated up, you will spoil the properties. You are going to damage the actives. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I hope you are able to learn how to dissolve your kojic acid and kojic dip. Thank you for watching. See you some other time. Okay guys, welcome back. This is the end of my video. I hope you are able to learn 1 or 2 things, you know, and you can now, you know, dissolve the kojic acid powder and the kojic dip by yourself. I'm so glad I'm able to do this. If you have any question at all on this, you know, video, please do leave it in the comment section. I'll give you appropriate answers. And if this information have been, you know, very informative to you, please do share my video. Guys, share my video, subscribe to my channel if this is your first time of tuning in, and give it a thumbs up, guys. Okay, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on my next video. Be blessed. Bye bye. Peace.